Craig Nelson, author of Pearl Harbor, From Infamy to Greatness, joins us. Boy, what a story that was that we just heard, and I'm sure you have so many like that, don't you?
We've met so many sons and daughters of survivors who say that their father could never tell them what happened, and some of them carried their stories all the way to the grave. It's a terrible thing.
This book came out in September, and you said that you have uncovered new information. What is that about?
Well, the last big book on Pearl Harbor was researched 50 years ago, and since that time, we have all new material about what was going on behind the scenes with both the American and the Japanese governments, as well as all new first-person accounts from both servicemen and civilians who was there. One of my favorite stories about a 6-year-old girl whose door of her house is set on fire by a strafing attacking Japanese plane, and she gets caught up in the excitement because she's a little girl and she's hiding in the cane fields, and it's almost like hide and seek, and then she realizes her dog is missing and maybe it's dead, and the tragedy hits her little heart.
What about people of faith? Can you tell me a little bit about what you found out, maybe Catholics or Christians, other people of faith?
There's two famous stories, and I want to share them with you because they both involve Catholic chaplains. One of them was aboard a ship, and you know, as a chaplain, you're not supposed to provide any kind of support for war making. And he's sitting there, and he's upset that he can't really do anything, and he's sort of useless. And then he sees a little, there were 16-year-olds working on the ship. He sees this little skinny boy carrying a huge bag of powder up to the deck, and he goes, "That's it, boys, praise the Lord and pass the ammunition." And that becomes a famous song that inspired America across the 40s. Another more serious story involves a chaplain who is stuck in the capsized Oklahoma, and he's at a cell that has a 18-inch porthole, and he's too large to get out. So he'll save the life of every man he can while knowing that he won't survive.
Oh, you know, that day we had the 14th largest military, and now ours is the largest. We're hearing these personal stories. The attack lasted 79 minutes and had such an amazing impact. It transformed America. How so?
Well, I really feel that the birth of our modern nation has more to do with December 7th, 1941 than it does with July 4th, 1776. If you look at where America stands today, that we're the premier superpower on the globe, that we have the biggest army and navy, that we have our nuclear arsenal, that we have our profound State Department and foreign aid, that we've set up the United Nations to help peaceably settle differences, all of these things are a reaction to Pearl Harbor. So I really think that, and we've kept World War III from happening for 70 years. I think that's quite a legacy.
I could sit here and talk to you forever. I guess I'm just going to have to settle with reading your book. Craig Nelson, author of Pearl Harbor, From Infamy to Greatness. Thank you so much for joining us.